Hey everybody, Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun. This is a 99% clairvoyant reading. If you're here live, please say hello when you come into the room. Once I start channeling, I will not acknowledge you, so understand that, but I'll still say hey to you after it's done. And also, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel at Bill Hobart, please subscribe to my channel, and please like my videos, and please leave a little comment, even if it's just hi Bill, because when you do that, YouTube will use their algorithms to send Coaching for the Soul around the planet to people who need to hear the message. Yes. Hi, Allison Strange. How you doing? Hi, Kathy. How you guys doing? Yeah. So, hey, Susan. What's going on? How are you? Big lunar eclipse tomorrow. Hey, Haley. Yep. We're going to talk about that. Hi, Nancy. How you doing? Hey, Pat. Hi, Alexis. Yes, we're going to talk about that. Hey, Polly D, where you been? I haven't seen you forever. Allison is shaving dog booties. She's a groomer. Yeah, she's a dog groomer. So yeah, so we'll see how L2 pops on. Hi, Nancy Paris. What's going on? How are you? And thank you to everybody who donated to my sister's GoFundMe page. I appreciate it. It's still up. If anybody else would like to donate, I'd appreciate that too. I'm going to talk about that when we start. In a couple minutes, I believe. Yeah. But thank you to everybody who did already. It's a tough thing. It's a very tough thing. We're going to talk about that. So, hey, Pratik. How's it going, brother? Yeah. Yeah. So, giving yourself another couple minutes, I think. See who pops on. Because once I start talking, I hate it, but I can't acknowledge anybody anymore because it just breaks everything up too much. And I don't know how long it's going to be today. I don't know how long. I don't know how much we have to talk about. Hi, Liz. We'll do the Mercury retrograde and all that, and the lunar eclipse tomorrow, and why that's so important. Hi, Erica. And yeah, and maybe some other stuff. Maybe I can channel some stuff. But there's a lot going on. So yeah, there's a lot going on. So hey, Laura, how are you? Yes. So, maybe another minute or so, because Spirit's ready to go. I'm like, hang on a minute. Yes. Okay. Lots of energy. Okay, so I'm going to start. All right, so today's my mom's birthday. She'd be 95, which is kind of cool. She'd be gone 36 years, I think. And my brother-in-law, Dale, is passing away today. I believe today's going to be his last day. So we're talking about that. So yeah, my sister texted me this morning, said that she was up all night with him, that he was heavy breathing and things like that. They called hospice. They came over about 3:30 a.m. To check him out and things like that. And it's very emotional. Yeah, I have questions with Spirit, and we're going to I'm going to have a conversation with him probably tomorrow. But I'll be going to Colorado probably next week. Not sure what day. Probably Tuesday, I'm thinking. Possibly Monday. Not really sure. Depends on what my sister wants. And I'll be there for probably a week. No, I'll probably be there that whole week. I'll be home. I'm hoping to be home, but I believe the funeral will be on Saturday, because he wanted it on Saturday at noon at the Lutheran Church. So everybody can come. He has lots of friends. He grew up in this town, and it's going to be a big thing. So next week there might not be a Coach for the Soul. I'm not really sure. I'm thinking not, but it might happen, right? I'm going to take my iPad, might take my might take my laptop too, just so that I can have something to prop it up on and things like that. So that's going on. And of course, Bailey's gone. It's 3 weeks today is the anniversary of his death. And it's interesting that Dale's dying on a Thursday, my mom's birthday, okay? So I've asked Spirit this a number of times. I have asked, what is the deal with people dying on people's birthday? Okay? So, like I said, today my mom was born, and hey Sherry, my mom was born, and my brother-in-law is passing away. Next week on the 15th, which I think is Friday. Today's what day? Today's the 4th. Maybe 11th. Be like a week and a half. Okay, on the 15th of May, my grandmother was born and my nephew was born, and my oldest brother died on the 15th. And I kept asking. I have since he passed away 8 years ago. And I finally got sort of an answer today that it's a portal, Chimes. It's a family portal. All right, and the reason that they use the family portal, ooh yes, geez, is because it's easier to pass. I know, there's love all the way. Oh shoot, ancestors all the way up the portal. Ancestors all up the portal. So they don't just, Spirit has always explained it to me when we pass, that we go up the 10 stairs, and then we're at the top, okay? James, so that's true. That's interesting. That would make sense with my brother on the 15th and with Dale. But because Dale's always been part of the family, all right? He didn't really have a dad, and so my dad was his dad. And they loved each other so much, it was crazy. My dad's been gone now 9 years, last month. And it's interesting how you can bring somebody from the outside into your family and they become family. And Dale truly is my brother. I mean, I've known him 28 years. And he's always accepted me into their house, and there was never any problem with my sister and I. And, you know, everything, because he knows how important we are to each other. In fact, he texted me right at the beginning of his illness, and he said, call your sister, she had a bad day. That's cool, right? Because I would not have known that. Ooh, I know, Spirit. I would not have known. My mom's here now. I know. Hang on, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I know. My mom just said you need to take care of your sister. Not now. Come on. Yes, no, she says. I'm planning on that. It's fine. I need to do everything possible to make her happy, to make her not so sad. She knows that I always do that for her, which is true. You're her guiding light. True. She's my baby sister. Yeah. My mom just said, she's very important to your heart and your soul, which is true. Chimes, very true. Oh, guys, I don't want to cry. I'm trying not to cry today. Yeah. No, my father just showed up. He's going to help Dale. He's going to help Dale, he says. Get him here with us. Okay. I'm sorry, guys, but I didn't expect to do the channel thing with them. No, my grandmothers are here. And my brother's here. It's a freaking family reunion. Why are we doing this now? Can't we do this after this? No, because we need to show them how it's done. We need to show them how this happens. Because I don't understand death, guys. I will be honest with you. I do not understand death at all. I don't understand our shutdown of our bodies. I don't understand. I mean, Dale hasn't eaten in 35 days, I think it is. Hasn't eaten anything. Hasn't had any drink. Nothing. Yeah. So, and he was a big man, like 290 pounds. So it's interesting. Okay, hang on. Are we good? Say everything we got to say? I love you too. My dad just said, we'll be talking to you, son. All right, sounds good to me. Go. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Go. Yeah. Again, Spirit just popped in. He wants everybody to know there's more to life down here. There's more to life that you are not participating in, either because of fear or lack. Those who have extreme abundance, still have the same internals, the same baggage, the same fears as everyone who doesn't, who believes they live in lack. Interesting. Hang on. He does talk about the lunar eclipse. Okay, so lunar eclipse is tomorrow, Chimes. Lunar eclipse is tomorrow. It is if you guys know anything about tarot, which most of you do, okay? If you get the death card, that is the ending of most of your stuff, all right? So the lunar eclipse tomorrow is the death card, okay? It is the death card. So all of us are going to have endings. I got it. We're all going to have endings that are, that if we don't accept the ending, they will be stripped away from us. All right? We have to march forward. We have to march forward, Spirit says. You're right. As you take every step, pieces of you will fall away after tomorrow. So after tomorrow's lunar eclipse, which is tonight at 1:36, I believe, okay, a.m., all right? In Australia, it's like 7:36 p.m. tomorrow, all right? So we'll be asleep, most of us, hopefully. Okay, I know. Human has a hard time letting things go. Sometimes we have to pull it off of them. They're resistant to letting it go, and they need to understand that change is happening. There is no staying back. There's nothing back here that can keep you, that will make you happy. Susan, that's a yes. So embrace it. So I don't know about you guys today, but this past couple of days with everything that's going on, right? This morning I was very emotional. Okay, before I had even texted with my sister. Woke up this morning at 5 o'clock, could not get back to sleep. Finally got up out of bed at I think it was 6 o'clock, 6:05, and the sun, it was light outside, and that was cool. But I didn't know why. I knew it was my mom's birthday, whatever. Then my sister texted me about 9 o'clock, I think it was. So it's 7 o'clock her time. It was 9:30. It was 7:30 her time. So again, they know what's going on. They know everything. So the reason that they woke me up at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock was to get me ready for talking to my sister. Okay. Texting with my sister because she doesn't like to, she wasn't going to talk. She's just going to text. It's easier for her. It's less emotional. When she talks to me, she gets very emotional, because she doesn't know what she's going to do. So, and I said, it's going to be fine, right? It's going to be fine. Again, we'll figure it out. All right. We'll figure it out. It's good, but also understanding this, that the lunar eclipse on the 5th of May, tomorrow, is the end. Okay? It's endings. It's endings. It's endings. New beginnings start with the new moon in 10 days. Okay? So you got 10 days as they try to pull stuff off of you to let the stuff go. So be ready for emotion. Be ready for psychological, like things popping up from the middle of freaking nowhere that you haven't thought about in 25 freaking years. Guess what? They're going to pull it out of you. Or they're going to pull it out of you here. Pull it out of you here. Okay? Like, why am I thinking about my boyfriend back in 1985? Because you still have it inside of you. And they're trying to get you as clear and clean as possible so that when you do step up into 5th dimension, you are ready. Because there's no going back, everybody. Trust me. When you are presented with a cleanse, do it. Okay? When you're feeling like you got to cry, cry. When you feel like you got to get angry because you're mad, you're just pissed off, guess what the best thing to do? You got a tennis racket, without your kids around, without anybody else being around, beat the freaking cushions on the sofa. Trust me, that is amazing. You can get out so much frustration and so much anger, and you can tell people, muck off. All the people that you needed to say muck off to, guess what? Beat that tennis racket on those cushions on the couch, and I'm telling you, you will be like, hallelujah, because it really works. But you can't have anybody around. You gotta be by yourself. Kids have to be outside or with dad or with mom or whatever, gone to grandma's, whatever it might be. Okay? So that's another outlet, but you have to do it by yourself. Because you don't want your children to hear or to see. Husband or wife could be like, what the hell? You know, the crazy person. But I'll tell you what, to get that anger, frustration out of you with action, oh, trust me. Back in the day, I would beat the hell out of my couch. Just because I didn't know where my anger needed to be in my transformation, right? I didn't understand. I wasn't this guy yet. And I didn't have any coaches except for them. So I'm giving you that. It's always a possibility that you need to do that. Okay? Because sometimes the only way to get it out of you is to beat something. Take that tennis racket and get a $10 one. Get a $20, $50. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. Just you got to have a tennis racket because it's got the round thing and the handle and boom, 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 and it works. It works because it's going to continue intensely for the next 10 days. I believe the new moon is almost to June. Okay. Yeah, like 5 days before the month of May ends. And there's 30 days. So there's 31 days. So there's 31 days this month. So, but if you get something inside that you can't get rid of, that you've tried to meditate and it comes right back, right? That means you have to take some action. So I've also done this when it's warm outside. I'll walk around my complex, right? And bitch. Just bitch. I don't like this. I don't like this. It's okay. Get that energy out of you is what it's all about. Do not carry that energy. Tomorrow is going to be intense. Tomorrow is going to be a, oh my God day, because it's going to happen at 1:36 tonight in the morning, right? AM. So by the time you wake up tomorrow, you may not be asleep. You might wake up at 1:36 or 1:35 or 2 o'clock. Because you're like, all of a sudden your body's going boom, 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 boom. Or you may have dreams, Spirit says, that may be connected to your past. That after you experience, Spirit says, the lunar eclipse, you'll be a different person. Why is that so important that the lunar eclipse is on the 5th? Because the solar eclipse that we had, 3.5, 4 weeks ago, right? They're bookends with Mercury retrograde in the middle, everybody. Okay? Both of them, and there's a new moon in there too, right? New moons are opportunities to set intentions, to plan as much as you can about what you want in the future. And then you have 30 days for it to kind of come to pass. You might get this much of it, might not get any of it. May not be right place, right time, right? Always understand that. I never want anybody to say, Bill, I don't know where it's at. Bill, I don't know where it's at. I've been asking. I've been asking for things since 2018. And I'm still in Sterling Heights. Okay? And I didn't understand right place, right time. I didn't understand energy, keeping your vibration high, even when you're sad. Okay? They understand that. But this lunar eclipse is going to clear all that stuff out of you, so use it to your advantage. Okay? If you're emotional tomorrow, take a walk. Cry. I put on music that makes me cry. And it's remarkable. Remarkable. Okay? I did that as a kid, and sometimes I feel guilty because I still do it. I don't care. I'm doing what works for me. Okay? So, right place, right time. Set your intentions in 10 days, right? But tomorrow, feel it. Okay? Now, people will say to me tomorrow or Saturday, Bill, I didn't really feel anything. Oh, trust me. You just didn't, you didn't physically feel it. But you'll notice that as time goes on that that's not there anymore. So understand it It may not be intense, shaky, however you perceive it to be, but it will change the way that you think, what you feel within the next 10 days. Okay? And when that new moon hits, that's when I want everybody to set their intentions. Okay? Ask what you want, as much as you want. All right? Because if you don't do that, and then you can forget about it. I'm not one of these people, guys, who gets into that routine of every day I'm asking for the same thing. Stop. Because what happens is ego grabs hold of that. It goes, oh my gosh, you didn't set your intentions for today. Oh my gosh. And then you go, oh my God, I feel guilty. Oh my God, I have to do that every day. No, you don't. No. That's like people who think they have to meditate. You know, they have to meditate. They do meditate. Well, if you're too busy because you're working, or you're too busy with your kids, you're too busy with your travels, they'll let you know when it's time to meditate. You'll be angry, your emotions will be all over the place, or you feel a heavy weight on your chest, or your heart feels like doom, can't really pump the blood where it needs to go. Okay, that's when you go, aha, meditation, because that's what it's all about. But being in a routine of stuff does not allow your body, number one, to transform. Number two, for you to be free. You're stuck in the same controls as 3D. Do not do that, right? Do not do that. That's why I stopped posting all kinds of things every single day, because it's routine. And Spirit says, you don't need to do that stuff. But I said, but people like to, but Bill, fine. If you get time, you can do it. Because I haven't felt like doing anything since Bailey passed, right? I don't feel like doing anything. Just leave me alone. Let me watch TV. Let me get on Instagram. Whatever, right? So I want everybody to understand that. The best thing for you to do is to not get into a routine when it comes to your spirituality. But you have to be conscious, right, of exactly how you're feeling. And if you're not feeling the right way, Spirit, what do I need to do? I don't understand what this is. And then probably you'll not get an answer. If you do, that's great. Or you'll open up your YouTube feed, right? Like I did, was it yesterday or the day before? It was the day before. It was the second. And the May 4th meditation for this site that I've never even, I think I've looked at it once, right? Was the first thing on my feed, and I did that meditation because it was May 4th, my mom's birthday, and it said something about letting stuff go, blah, 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 blah. What the hell? Why did I do that? Because on Monday, I had quantum healing on Monday with Brenda in St. Clair Shores, okay? Oh my freaking God. I was so with Dale and my dog Bay, right? That it's like I was just at wit's end. So we talked for an hour like we always do. And then you get on the table. She works in there for an hour, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I was absolutely just. This is so freaking clearing, so wonderful, so balanced. I walked out of there floating on a freaking cloud. But Tuesday morning, I woke up, I wasn't in that energy anymore. Okay? My heartbreak for my brother-in-law, for my dog, for everything. I know it's Mercury retrograde, so everything's intensified by 10. Okay? So this meditation was the first thing on my feed, and it was my mom's birthday. Who do you think brought me that? My mother. Because she knew I was going to wake up and be like, WTF, I don't get it. Yesterday was great. Normally it lasts me about a week and a half, 2 weeks, sometimes 3. It was less than 24 hours. But I know why. Hey, Tom. I know why. Just simply, my right ear's ringing. Because she knew how I was going to wake up. See? So we all have that, right? We all have people in spirit that will take care of us every single day if we choose to accept it, Spirit says. Okay? Now, I'm a big receptor. Whatever you want to give it to me. Because I'll take any knowledge I can get. I'll take any relief I can get. I'll take anything, any of my loved ones, any of my spirit guides, even my guardian angels, even God and the rest of them, right? I'll take all of it, right? Because it gives me more tools in my toolbox, not only for me, but for you. Okay? It's very, very, very important when something like that comes up on your YouTube feed, acknowledge it, right? James, comes up on your Facebook feed, acknowledge it. When something on your Insta, acknowledge it. Because when you acknowledge it, hey Ryan, when you acknowledge it, guess what? They hear it, number one, but so do your spirit guides, and it's appreciation, being grateful that they're looking out for you every single day. Now, I had a conversation with Spirit about this thing. I'm like, okay, again, in quantum healing, right? I don't understand why you let blah, blah, blah happen. I don't understand blah, blah, blah happen. And I was pissed off at them. I've been pissed off at them for probably freaking 50 years, okay? And I'm 63, right? Probably happened when I had my first boyfriend at 13. And right? And I got the answer back. That's not our job. You signed up on the soul journey. You signed up for it. Your soul bill signed up for it. I said, I know, but couldn't you make it a little bit more freaking easy? Like, no, we can't make it easy. So get out of that victim mentality, Bill, and understand who you are. And I say this to all of you. Pay attention. You're all powerful human beings. In the next 3 years, you're going to become these human beings that you're never going to believe you were those human beings. You'll look back to 2023 and go, I don't understand. I know, Tom, I'm old, right? But you are too. But understanding, right, that our soul journey is our soul journey. And there's nothing that's going to pad it or change it or anything like that, James, right? Because I was pissed off. And I didn't know I was that pissed off. I thought I was pissed off when I was young, when with the boyfriend thing, right? And everything that followed that. But yeah. And it made all the sense in the world. Because Brenda pointed out, Bill, you're mad at somebody. No, I'm not. You're pissed off. There's something inside of you way down deep that you're pissed off of. I said, well, and then Spirit went, because you're mad at us. I am? Didn't remember that from 40 years ago, 50 years ago, right? But yeah. So I had to apologize, right? I didn't even realize that still. I need to get that out of my body. So on the way home, I apologized, blah, 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 blah. And I've apologized once or twice since. I'm really sorry. Didn't mean for that to happen. And everything turns out to be good energy. So when you get prompted, when you get information, when you get poked, okay, you need to say, Spirit, I don't know what that is. I need you to help me with this. Okay? I need it. Right? Take the walking bitch. Tell your kids to go with your husband and go to the grocery store, whatever. I need half an hour. Okay? Or do it when they're in school and husband's at work, or do it whenever, right? And it can be the man who needs to do it or the wife that needs to do it. Sometimes the kids need to do it too. I wish I had those tools, truly. I wish I had those tools when I was 13, 14, 15 years old. When that testosterone's going and the boyfriend and the all that kind of junk that you don't know what to do about it, you don't know how to deal with it. You're 13 freaking years old. He was 17. So it's like, he was as messed up as I was. It was 1973, 1974, right? No idea what was going on. But now I understand we were soulmates. So it was supposed to be kind of like that. But I didn't know it at the time. So I wish I would have had a tennis racket to be able to beat my bed. I would have done that with ease, right? So those are tools that we can use, right? When we say to our son, why are you mad? What's wrong? Why are you mad? Like you should. And he's crying, right? Or he's whimpering. Again, do not tell your children to not cry. Do not tell your children, oh my God, I'm so tired of your whining. Oh my gosh, you know the damage that does to a child? I can tell you right here what damage it does to a child when you're younger. Because I was sick and I was crying and I was whiny and yeah. See? So understanding that what you say to your kids means something. And again, people are having all these conversations during Mercury retrograde. Why? Because children my age and younger, right? That grew up in the 60s and 70s, some in the 80s, right? Maybe some in the 90s too, are feeling that energy of flow. They're feeling that energy that I need to let this go. That the energy is different. It's more loving. It's more understanding. The world may not seem like that, but it truly is. Okay? And I'm not in a bubble or anything like that. Understanding that there's more of us than there is of anybody else on the planet. Okay? You're part of the collective. And always understand that. So when you need to say something, because of Mercury retrograde, to your parents, okay? You can either say it or you can forgive them. Okay? You can say what you gotta have a conversation with this, blah, 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 blah. Or you need to tell your children something that happened to you in your family with a brother or a sister or whatever it might be, or mom or dad, right? Something, not good. That's exactly what you need to do. Because you're going to get prompted in a serious, loving situation with your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, whatever. And all of a sudden it's going to come out, with your child. And you say, yes, your uncle so-and-so did this to me. Okay? Or your grandma did this to me. Because it's going to happen. All that has to come into the light. So understanding that when you get prompted to do those things, and it's the right situation, right? Right place, right time. Right place, right time. Okay? They're going to set that up. I'm telling you, they're amazing. It is crazy how the universe works. And we all have our own spirit guides. That's what's so freaking crazy too. Come on. Where do these beings come from? How many beings can be on the freaking planet for billions of people? A lot. Right? So when they set that up, don't plan it, because if you plan it, it's not going to work out. Okay? If you're trying to think about what you're going to say, things like that, don't do that. It needs to be raw and on point and just absolute, because the other person that you're saying it to is ready to receive it. And if they're not ready to receive it, it's on them, not on you. Understand that. It's on them, not on you. Because the energy is going to sit you up where there's two of you in a room, everybody else is gone, or at a restaurant, or at the Dairy Queen, or whatever it might be, right? Wherever. But take that opportunity that you're prompted to go ahead and tell them exactly what happened to you when you were a child, all right? Because you have to do that. James, as we go forward, more and more things are going to come out, and you're going to be feeling, man, I feel great. Oh my gosh, I feel great. Because mom didn't protect me, dad didn't do this, blah, 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 whatever. It's all about protection, feeling secure in our childhood. That can be verbal, that can be mental, that can be physical, all right? And there was a lot of that back then because nobody knew anything. They were dumb as dirt. Now at least we're enlightened, or at least we can kind of get an idea of how to treat your kids, how to love your kids, understanding that the way you were raised, if it was, my mother was a screamer. She screamed a lot, So I took it upon myself to smooth everything over, make everything good so she wouldn't scream. She still screamed, sometimes. See? So we all get conditioned to our conditions in our families. Mercury retrograde is going to pull that stuff out, you guys. It's going to be the cream on top of the milk. And you have one of two choices. Either I can push it back down and not deal with it until 3 months more. 3 months later, Mercury retrograde comes back in Virgo. Then 3 months later, it comes back in Capricorn at the end of the year. We have 4 this year instead of 3. Okay? Why is that? Because they need us to let our stuff go. Last year, 4. This year, 4. All right? So when that comes, even if you write in a journal, I talk in my phone. I talk in my iPad. Right? When I'm feeling something, I got to let that go. All right? It's nothing about anything in my present day. It's always about things in my past. Okay? Because we all have things that trigger us. So understand that Mercury retrograde's job, especially now between the two freaking eclipses, because eclipses are change. They're absolute, definite change in your life. On to a better space going forward. Because we're going to, I know, we're going to take that stuff out. We're going to do an extraction, Spirit says. We're going to take that stuff out, and we hope that you allow us to, as you say something to somebody that you have to say. Okay? Understanding that Mercury retrograde, we lose a lot of friends. Okay? To be around eclipses, we lose a lot of friends. Okay? Because right now, we're getting to the point It's gonna be June pretty soon already, right? I mean, it's the 4th, right? The 4th. So we got some days, but they'll go like this, right? Just like April did, just like March did, where you're gonna go into the summertime and you're gonna have less friends because you're gonna push them away. Gonna push away boyfriends, girlfriends, push them away. People that no longer serve you are going to be pushed away. Okay? And understanding that it's okay. Why? Because they no longer serve you. That's what it's about. It's not about me being your friend. It's about you being my friend. It's about us absolutely looking at the friendship. And you're always going to have people who are lower than you or higher than you when it comes to their connection to spirit, their spirituality. Okay? And the people that hold on and clinch and carry, not your friends. Okay? That is all, they're in a space of fear. I need to have this. I need to have you as my friend, or I'm going to just be crushed. So you're dependent on me for your happiness. And that happens a lot, everybody. Happens a lot. You could be the same way. You could be the clingy one, right? And somebody says, doesn't answer your text, doesn't call you back. They're giving you the cold shoulder, right? No, I'm good. I'm good. And you slowly move away from that person. Okay? So that's happening at this moment too. So as we go into June, when everything settles down, right? We can actually take stock and go, okay. The first part of the year was hell. And understand that, okay, now the journey begins anew. James, I'm telling you, from now until the end of the year and into 24, is there Mercury retrogrades? Yes. Is there still lunar stuff going on? Yes. But you're more prepared because you let stuff go. There'll be more to let go too. But as you do that, as we go through the next 6 months, understanding your ascension is going to get absolutely mind-blowingly good and wonderful. Well, okay, how do I know this and how do I know that? What's that about? The voice in my head is talking to me, right? Their mumbles, whatever. My heart's getting big. You know, they're sending me messages on my phone somehow, or however they're choosing to communicate with you. That's going to happen even more, and we have to be prepared for that. Okay, something that my sister and I have talked about, and she said this to me first, but Lee and I have talked about it a little bit. And she said to me probably 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. Probably three weeks ago. She goes, Bill, I got to tell you that I think...
One moment. I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Okay, leave the frickin' laptop alone, guys. So much energy in my house.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Goodbye. My life is crazy. So my sister and I had this conversation, right? And she said to me, I think this is the final chapter of this part of my life. She's 61. And I believe that everything's going to be washed away after Dale passes. And I went, I agree with you. She's had a life that is absolutely, ridiculously haunting. Haunting. And she's dealt with a lot. She has a lot of stuff that she carries. And this is going to be the final thing. But I also said back to her, because Spirit gave me this, we're still carrying energy from when my mom died 36 years ago. I was 28. She was 26. Yes. Okay? And I was like, really? I think I'm good. He goes, no. This is Bailey passing away hits you deep. You got to clear that out. Dale passing for you and your sister gets you deep. Because I'm this emotional, loving, always have been. This emotional, loving, welcoming into my family. Welcoming into my family. And he's my brother. My brother's ex-wife, Bobby, is my sister. She'll always be my sister. I've known her since I was freaking 16, right? So there's ringing again. So there's a connection to people that are not in my immediate family, but they're in my soul family, right? Yes. So when those people pass, it's emotional, right? But it's also clearing. So for me, being the 12,000-year-old Capricorn, right? That it will be glad when we're in 5D, all of us, because I'll be able to let that 12,000-year stuff go and start anew. Back to where I was, all of us, before we started 3D, 12,000 years ago. Okay? So letting that go sends me on a trajectory of Maui. That's exactly what I was told, right? My sister, trajectory of leaving that stuff behind and finding her way spiritually and into who she's supposed to be for the rest of her life. Okay? Interesting story. On Sunday, my nephew Ross went to the Lutheran church for the first time in probably 12, 13 years. His dad's church. All right? They're sitting in the pew with his girlfriend, Jessica, and all of a sudden, his shoulders start to tingle. He's clairvoyant. He's 26. Shoulders start to tingle up to his neck, up his head, up, and his crown lights out. And he turned to Jessica and said, I'm getting a message. She goes, what's it saying? She says, I don't know. This is beautiful. His guide said to him, I need to tell you why your dad is passing away. Because he's 63, he's my age. He just turned 63, okay? Because your grandma is lonely, and he's lonely for his mom. And so he decided that he's taught you everything that he needed to teach you in this lifetime. So he's going to go be with grandma. And it's time for you to grow up. He's crying, right? Jessica's sitting next to him. The people in the pew and around him thought the sermon had moved him. It wasn't sermon at all. It was spirit. That's how it comes. That's how it goes. He had to be in church to receive that message. Because it's nice and quiet and you're in the space of, true. So he's open and allowing. And he's upset. So he's in church to tell God how much he loves his dad. Okay. So when that happens to all of us, right? Pay attention. Pay attention when you get the chills. Spirit, what the hell is that about? When your head starts to tingle in certain places. Spirit, what's that all about? They have to get your brain prepared for your clairvoyancy, for your telepathy, for everything that's going to happen to us in the next 24 months, 36 months. Think about that. Only 36 months. Only 36 months. Will be 2026. It's not that long. It's not that long. As quick as the months go. Yes. See? So understanding that take every opportunity that they give to you, get out of your anger or get out of your emotional self, right? Breathe. I'm going to do a breathing meditation, I think, after this, or maybe even tomorrow. I'm going to do 2 of them, so you guys can kind of have a reference to kind of understand. I never had that, and again, I'm the teacher, so I'm willing to do that. I just have to remember to do it, right? Because it is so very important that you learn how to sit in a chair with your feet on the ground, but back up like this, and you sit there and you breathe in and out. And there's 2 ways of doing it, and I'm going to do both of them in 2 videos. I think I need to do 2 of those, 1 for each, right? So after you watch one, you can watch the other one if you need to, or vice versa. Okay, because breathing is so very, very important to connect. Sitting down and being quiet for 5 minutes, and you can calm your mind for 5 minutes. You truly can. By breathing, everything goes away. Because when I start to do that, it maybe takes me 2 breaths and I'm 5th dimension high. I mean, I'm stoned, right? I'm floating around the freaking apartment like I'm a freaking angel because my body's so used to being in meditation, but it's also used to being in 5th dimension. Like now I'm way up there because I'm connected. See? So we're all in 5D sometimes of our days. We're in 5D. We just don't know it yet. And sometimes it can be uncomfortable. So that's when we get angry. Like, I don't know what's going on, Spirit, but I don't like this. I don't feel like I'm grounded. Oh my God, stop with the grounding thing. Grounding is fine. You can't be grounded all the time because you're not freaking Stretch Armstrong, right? You're not. If you don't know what Stretch Armstrong is, Google it. You'll find out. Yeah. You'll see a commercial on YouTube. True. So understanding that the two eclipses are here for a reason, with a Mercury retrograde stuck in the middle. All right? Understand that it's about clearing. It's about letting our stuff go. It's about them activating us and them saying, okay, Spirit, what is that? You got to beat the pillows, beat the pillows. Plain and simple. Got to take a walk and bitch, take a walk and bitch. Scream. Go in the forest and scream. I got a forest reserve right next to me, but it's a freaking swamp, or I go in there. No, I don't need to go I don't need to go in there, right? I can scream in my apartment all day long and no one's going to hear me because everybody's gone. See? So find a way to let that out. If speaking it doesn't work, then find the other way to do it. If meditation doesn't work and it comes right back, maybe you got to have a little conversation with, and you beat something with a tennis racket and just let all your stuff out. Because as you do that, you get rejuvenated. It brings it to the light. And you won't be, you will be surprised what comes out of your mouth, Spirit says. You will be surprised what comes out of your mouth that you've suppressed for decades, depending on how old you are. Because it's going to happen. Why am I not getting what I want? Pound, pound, pound. What that London? Pound, 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 pound. As you pound it, as you're talking. It works. It works. Okay? But with nobody else around, right? You got to have it. You don't want to do it in front of your kids because your kids are going to be like, they're going to be afraid. And husband or wife, they're going to be like, okay, they're off the crack. They left the cheese off the cracker. Yeah. Okay? So you want to do it in a personal space with no one else in the house. All right? So, but that's a great way to let stuff go. If you can't do it on a walk or whatever, right? But you have to understand that that if a clearing meditation, let's say from Steve Noble or from other ones that I post, that doesn't work because it comes right back, then you're like, okay, Bill, what else can I do? Take a walk. It's 80 degrees outside, 75 degrees outside. Take a walk. Get some fresh air, right? And just talk out loud. Gotta scream. Nobody's gonna care. You know, pretend you're talking on your phone. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But the more that you do that, the more clearing you receive. Shelley says, the Carol Burnett Tarzan yell, whatever works. Whatever works, right? Because that's what it's all about. And then looking into June, I'm telling you guys, you're going to be like, oh my God, what shifted? It's all going to shift. On January 11th, Pluto is going to go retrograde back into Capricorn, which is government stuff, right? Country stuff. A lot of stuff's going to come out. Don't freak out about it. You got to know what kind of it is, but don't freak out about it, right? Don't watch a lot of that stuff. But you got to know what's going on, all right? So that's important. But don't get sucked into all the stuff that is going on because I'm telling you, starting in June, things are going to start to be revealed, especially after the 11th of June, when Pluto is at 29 degrees of Capricorn. Okay, intensity on the government, intensity on things that are going on that they're looking for. People. They're looking for people who did bad things. So that's going to happen in June, July, August, September, all the way to the end of the year. The great thing is we're in higher dimensional energy. I mean, intensely starting in June. So pay attention. Like Spirit always says, don't get caught up in the whirlwind of, oh my God, I feel so wonderful. Life is great. Oh my God, you're so great. I love it. Why can't my life be like this all the time? And you kind of float through, then all of a sudden you hit a wall. Well, what happened? You can't be like that all the time. Ebb and flow, because we're not there yet. Okay? So stay conscious. of, okay, why do I feel like this? Today, everything seems to be going right. What's going on? Again, reach out to me. Hey, Bill, what's going on this week? It's pretty great. Like, yeah, or I usually post on Facebook and Instagram, right? Energy's great today. Energy's great this week. Are you feeling it? Because most of us do, right? And it's only going to continue going into throughout 2023. Big time. Big time, big time, big time. Okay? So, what else does he want to talk about? Anything? I think he's good. Yeah, he's good. So, I'm doing readings this Saturday. I have a party on Sunday, which is kind of cool. A wedding party of 10 people. That's kind of fun. I love doing that stuff. But Saturday, I'm doing Saturday appointments, and I'm doing readings tomorrow. And next week, I'm not sure. I know that Pat booked something, and I'm not sure what's going to happen after I talk to my sister. So I'm not really sure about next week. But I know that I'll be able to do readings by phone and by FaceTime next week, and probably Zoom too. Chimes. So if you guys want to book a reading, awesome, cool, that'd be great. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So namaste, everybody. I so thank you for doing this, for joining me on the program. And if you need something, you know how to get a hold of me, all right? I'm not going to put my phone number because people get crazy about that stuff, and they start copying my phone and calling people, right? So, namaste. Would you please, when I post this on my YouTube channel, if you all would go over to YouTube and like the video. And if you haven't signed up, subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel at Bill Hobart. And leave me a little comment if you would. I think last week's video got 100, so far it's got 113 or 133 views already, which is great. Some of them are up to 400, which is great. You guys help me build the channel, okay? And I will say one more thing that I've been told by Spirit is that when I get to Maui this year, we're going to have fun from now until then. It's going to be an adventure for Lee and I, which I cannot wait, right? That I'm going to be super busy with readings there. And I'm looking forward to that. With new people, I was told that people are going to fly to Maui from the other islands to have readings with me. That's kind of cool. And that they're going to know that I'm there. I guess free advertising? I don't know. But that happens with all of us, okay? They will announce you before you get there. Trust me, they definitely will. All right? So I'm planning on seeing you next Thursday at 3 for Coaching of the Soul. All right? See you. Bye.